Hey there, welcome to the channel. Before we dive in, I want to ask you to stick around for the entire video. Trust me, what we're about to explore could genuinely change your life. We're going to delve into a topic that's both profoundly simple and incredibly challenging, the art of letting go. And we're going to do it with the wisdom of ancient Stoic philosophers as our guide. Have you ever felt weighed down by your thoughts, emotions, or circumstances? Like you're carrying a burden that's holding you back from living your best life? Well, you're not alone. In fact, this struggle is as old as humanity itself. But here's the good news. Throughout history, great thinkers have grappled with this very issue and left us with powerful insights to help us navigate our own journey. Today, we're going to explore how to master the art of letting go, drawing on the timeless wisdom of Stoicism. By the end of this video, you'll have practical tools to lighten your mental and emotional load, find greater peace, and live more fully in the present moment. So, let's begin our journey towards mastering the art of letting go, understanding the need to let go. Before we can learn how to let go, we need to understand why it's so important. In our fast-paced, constantly connected world, we're bombarded with information, expectations, and demands. We accumulate mental and emotional baggage like a snowball rolling down a hill, growing larger and more unwieldy with each passing day. This baggage can take many forms: regrets about the past, anxieties about the future, resentment towards others, unrealistic expectations of ourselves and the world, attachments to material possessions or outcomes. The weight of all this can be overwhelming. It can paralyze us, preventing us from taking action, enjoying the present moment, or moving forward in our lives. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus wisely noted, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. This quote encapsulates a fundamental principle of Stoicism. We can't control external events, but we can control our responses to them. Letting go is about recognizing what's within our control and releasing our grip on what isn't. Now, you might be thinking, easier said than done, right? And you'd be absolutely correct. Letting go is simple in theory, but challenging in practice. That's why we're going to break it down step by step, using the wisdom of Stoicism as our guide. The Stoic approach to letting go. Stoicism, an ancient Greek philosophy, offers a practical framework for navigating life's challenges. At its core, Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control and accept what we can't. This principle is fundamental to the art of letting go. Let's consider another powerful quote from Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher. "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This idea is revolutionary. It suggests that our peace of mind doesn't depend on external circumstances, but on our internal attitudes and beliefs. By shifting our focus inward, we can find a sense of calm and control even in the midst of chaos. So, how do we apply this Stoic wisdom to the art of letting go? Let's break it down into practical steps. Step 1. Identify what you need to let go. The first step in letting go is recognizing what you're holding on to. This requires honest self-reflection. Take a moment to consider, what thoughts or emotions are causing you stress or discomfort? Are you clinging to past events or future worries? What expectations or attachments are weighing you down? Remember, as Seneca, another great Stoic thinker, said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." Often the things we need to let go of are not external circumstances, but our own thoughts and perceptions about those circumstances. Exercise, take a piece of paper, and write down 3 things you're currently struggling to let go of. Be specific. Instead of just writing stress, for example, identify what's causing that stress. Is it a difficult relationship? A job you dislike? Uncertainty about the future? Great. Now that you've identified what you need to let go of, let's move on to the next step. Step 2. Distinguish between what you can and cannot control. This step is crucial in the Stoic approach to letting go. Once you've identified what's weighing you down, ask yourself, is this within my control? Epictetus provides guidance here. There is only one way to happiness, and that is to cease worrying about things which are beyond the power of our will. Let's break this down. Things within your control. Your thoughts, your actions, your reactions, your attitudes, your effort. Things outside your control, other people's thoughts or actions. Past events, most future outcomes, natural events or disasters, the economy, politics, etc. By focusing on what you can control and accepting what you can't, you immediately lighten your mental and emotional load. Exercise. Look at the 3 things you wrote down earlier. For each one, identify aspects that are within your control and aspects that aren't. Remember, you can't control external events, but you can control your response to them. Step 3. Practice acceptance. Once you've distinguished between what you can and cannot control, the next step is to practice acceptance. This doesn't mean resigning yourself to circumstances or becoming passive. Rather, it means acknowledging reality as it is, without wasting energy fighting against immutable facts. Marcus Aurelius offers wisdom here. Accept the things to which fate binds you, and love the people with whom fate brings you together. But do so with all your heart. Acceptance is not weakness. It's a source of strength. When we accept what we cannot change, we free up mental and emotional energy to focus on what we can change. Here are some strategies for practicing acceptance. Mindfulness. Pay attention to the present moment without judgment. Notice your thoughts and feelings without getting caught up in them. 2. Reframe your perspective. Instead of seeing challenges as burdens, try to view them as opportunities for growth. 3. Use affirmations. Remind yourself of what you can and cannot control. For example, I cannot control this situation, but I can control my response to it. 4. Practice gratitude. Focus on what you have rather than what you lack or what you've lost. Remember, acceptance is a practice. It takes time and patience to master. Exercise. Choose one thing from your list that you've been struggling to accept. Write down 3 ways you could practice acceptance in relation to this issue. Step 4. Cultivate detachment. Detachment is a key concept in Stoicism and in the art of letting go. It doesn't mean not caring or becoming cold and unfeeling. Rather, it means not allowing your happiness and peace of mind to depend on external things or outcomes. Epictetus explains it this way. He is a wise man who does not grieve for the things which he has not, but rejoices for those which he has. Cultivating detachment involves 1. Recognizing the impermanence of all things. 2. Valuing internal qualities like wisdom, courage, and justice over external possessions or circumstances. 3. Focusing on the process rather than the outcome. 4. Practicing non-attachment to your own thoughts and emotions. Here's a powerful exercise to help cultivate detachment. Negative visualization. Imagine losing something or someone you value. Really feel the loss. Then, open your eyes and appreciate that you still have this in your life. This practice can help you value what you have without becoming overly attached to it. Take a moment now to try this exercise. Think of something or someone you deeply value. Imagine losing them. Feel the emotions that arise. Then, recognize that this loss hasn't actually happened. Notice how this shifts your perspective and appreciation. Step 5. Let go of the past. One of the heaviest burdens we carry is our attachment to the past. Regrets, old grudges, and what-ifs can weigh us down and prevent us from fully engaging with the present. Seneca offers this advice. It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it. Every moment spent dwelling on the unchangeable past is a moment stolen from your present and future. Here are some strategies for letting go of the past. 1. Practice forgiveness. This includes forgiving others and, importantly, forgiving yourself. 2. Learn from experiences. Instead of regretting past mistakes, view them as valuable lessons. 3. Focus on the present. Use mindfulness techniques to anchor yourself in the here and now. 4. Create new memories. Actively engage in new experiences to shift your focus forward. 5. Reframe your narrative. Instead of seeing yourself as a victim of past events, view yourself as the author of your present and future. Exercise. Think of a past event you've been holding on to. Write down 3 lessons you can take from this experience. How can these lessons positively shape your present and future? Step 6. Release future anxieties. Just as we can get stuck in the past, we can also become paralyzed by anxieties about the future. The Stoics remind us that the future is largely outside our control, and worrying about it robs us of our present peace. Marcus Aurelius advises, "Never let the future disturb you. You will meet it, if you have to, with the same weapons of reason which today arm you against the present." Here are some strategies for releasing future anxieties. 1. Focus on what you can control, your actions in the present moment. 2. Practice preparedness. Instead of worrying, take practical steps to be ready for various scenarios. 3. Embrace uncertainty. Recognize that uncertainty is a natural part of life and can lead to exciting possibilities. 4. Use visualization positively. Instead of imagining worst-case scenarios, visualize yourself handling challenges with calm and confidence. 5. Live in day-tight compartments. Focus on making the most of today rather than worrying about tomorrow. Exercise. Write down a future worry you've been carrying. Now, list 3 things you can do today to either prepare for this possibility or to make your present more fulfilling regardless of what happens. Step 7. Practice voluntary discomfort. This might sound counterintuitive, but practicing voluntary discomfort can actually help us let go of our attachments and fears. The Stoics believed in deliberately exposing themselves to discomfort to build resilience and reduce anxiety. Seneca explains, "Set aside a certain number of days, during which you shall be content with the scantiest and cheapest fare, with coarse and rough dress, saying to yourself the while, 'Is this the condition that I feared?'" By voluntarily experiencing discomfort, we realize that many of our fears are overblown. We become more adaptable and less attached to comfort and convenience. Here are some ways to practice voluntary discomfort. 1. Take cold showers. 2. Fast for a day. 3. Sleep on the floor for a night. 4. Go without a luxury you usually enjoy, e.g., coffee, social media. 5. Engage in challenging physical exercise. The key is to start small and gradually increase the challenge. The goal isn't to suffer, but to build mental resilience and reduce your fear of discomfort. Exercise. Choose one form of voluntary discomfort to try this week. Write down your choice and commit to when you'll do it. Step 8. Embrace impermanence. A fundamental principle in both Stoicism and the art of letting go is recognizing the impermanence of all things. Everything in life is temporary. Our possessions, our relationships, our successes, our failures, even our own lives. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, all things fade and quickly turn to myth. This might sound depressing at first, but embracing impermanence can actually be liberating. When we truly internalize that nothing lasts forever, we can 1. Appreciate the present moment more fully. 2. Hold on to things more lightly. 3. Find courage to take risks and embrace change. 4. Feel less devastated by loss. Here are some ways to embrace impermanence. 1. Practice mindfulness. Pay attention to the constantly changing nature of your thoughts, feelings, and surroundings. 2. Contemplate mortality. Regularly reflect on the finite nature of life. This can help put your worries into perspective and motivate you to make the most of your time. 3. Let go of one thing each day. Regularly practice letting go of small things to build your letting go muscle. 4. Appreciate beauty in transience. Notice and appreciate things that are fleeting, like a beautiful sunset or a child's laughter. Exercise. Think of something you're currently attached to. It could be a possession, a relationship, a job, or an idea about yourself. Write down how your perspective might shift if you fully embrace the temporary nature of this thing. Step 9. Cultivate inner virtues. As we learn to let go of external attachments, it's crucial to cultivate inner virtues. The Stoics believed that true happiness comes not from external circumstances, but from developing our character. Epictetus said, "He is a wise man who does not grieve for the things which he has not, but rejoices for those which he has." By focusing on developing our inner virtues, we become less dependent on external validation and more resilient in the face of life's ups and downs. The key Stoic virtues are: 1. Wisdom. The ability to navigate complex situations with logic, reason, and good judgment. 2. Justice. Treating others fairly and with kindness. 3. Courage. Facing challenges and doing what's right, even when it's difficult. 4. Self-discipline. The ability to control our impulses and emotions. Cultivating these virtues gives us a stable foundation that remains even as external circumstances change. It allows us to let go more easily because our sense of self and worth isn't tied to fleeting external factors. Exercise. Choose one of the Stoic virtues: wisdom, justice, courage, or self-discipline. Write down 3 specific ways you can practice this virtue in your daily life this week. Step 10. Practice daily reflection. The final step in mastering the art of letting go is to make reflection a daily habit. The Stoics were big proponents of daily self-examination. Seneca advised, "I will keep constant watch over myself and, most usefully, will put each day up for review." Daily reflection helps us. 1. Identify what we need to let go of. 2. Recognize our progress. 3. Learn from our experiences. 4. Stay aligned with our values and goals. Here's a simple daily reflection practice. 1. At the end of each day, find a quiet moment to reflect. 2. Ask yourself, what did I learn today? What am I holding on to that I could let go of? How did I practice the art of letting go today? What am I grateful for? 3. Write down your reflections, even if it's just a few sentences. This practice helps reinforce the habit of letting go and keeps you mindful of your progress. Exercise. Take a moment now to reflect on what you've learned in this video. Write down 3 key insights and how you plan to apply them in your life. We've covered a lot of ground in this exploration of letting go. From understanding the need to let go, to distinguishing between what we can and can't control, to cultivating detachment and inner virtues, we've delved deep into the Stoic approach to finding freedom and peace. Remember, mastering the art of letting go is a lifelong journey. It's not about achieving perfection, but about making progress. As Epictetus wisely said, the chief task in life is simply this: to identify and separate matters so that I can say clearly to myself which are externals not under my control and which have to do with the choices I actually control. By practicing these principles regularly, you'll find yourself becoming more resilient, more at peace, and more capable of living fully in the present moment. I encourage you to start small. Choose one principle from this video and focus on applying it in your life this week. Notice how it affects your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. Then gradually incorporate more principles over time. Before we wrap up, let's recap the key steps we've covered in mastering the art of letting go. 1. Identify what you need to let go of. 2. Distinguish between what you can and cannot control. 3. Practice acceptance. 4. Cultivate detachment. 5. Let go of the past. 6. Release future anxieties. 7. Practice voluntary discomfort. 8. Embrace impermanence. 9. Cultivate inner virtues. 10. Practice daily reflection. Each of these steps is powerful on its own, but when combined, they form a comprehensive approach to lightening your mental and emotional load. Now, I want to hear from you. Which of these principles resonated with you the most? What do you find most challenging about letting go? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your insights might just help someone else on their journey. And if you found value in this video, please give it a like and consider subscribing to the channel. We'll be exploring more life-changing philosophical concepts in future videos. Remember, as Marcus Aurelius said, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Your journey towards mastering the art of letting go starts now. Every small step you take is progress. Be patient with yourself, be consistent in your practice, and watch as you gradually become lighter, freer, and more at peace. Thank you for watching, and until next time, keep practicing, keep reflecting, and keep letting go.